This is a Revit project for an advanced lighting class or studio. The query is making sense of or troubleshooting or otherwise having trouble, I'm paraphrasing, linear lights. They're not doing what they're supposed to or having trouble rendering or something to that effect. So the default view is here. So thing to do is to look at the floor plan sections, elevation, ceiling plans, and make sense of where everything is and how it is located and hosted. So we presumably should switch to a ceiling plan, and in the ceiling plan, okay, so these plan views have I don't really see a ceiling here. I have lighting fixtures that may be connected to a ceiling. Let's select by face and see if we can select the ceiling. So I'm not seeing the ceiling. And I assume the ceilings were placed in here. Let's look at the view range. We went through this before, if you remember. So ceiling plan. And we're going to need to look at this. Okay, so this is all set correct. And this is on, the cutting plane is going to be 7 feet 6 inches before the level above. Level above is 2.2. So we need a section to troubleshoot what's going on over here, right? I don't see any building sections. That's one of the first things you do, is cut a long section and a cross section so that you can examine and otherwise organize. So let's go to view. Long section. Let's go the other way with this and sort of look at it from here and increase the scope line. And then let's cut a cross section about, I suppose, about through the middle. I don't have much time because I have another class this morning to teach. So let's go to the view. And there are my lights. There's a ceiling in there, but it's up at 16 feet. So that means the cutting plane at level 1 is not going to show it, right? So let's see if we can bring that cutting plane. There's several things we can do. Bring the ceiling down lower, but that doesn't seem to be an option because this looks like a big indoor space that's 35 feet high, into which a 16-foot ceiling is dropped. I have to make certain assumptions here because we won't get anything done in a short amount of time. So let's assume that that's correct. Let's go back to the level 1 ceiling plan. I'm going to have to dock these. It's a ceiling plan for level 1, 2, and let's modify the view range. So it's got to go up to the level 3.2. The level above is not going to do because the level above is only, I don't remember. Okay, now we can see the ceilings. These fixtures don't seem to have ceiling hosts, but we're going to ignore those because we're not having trouble with those. And the fixtures that we're having trouble with are linear. They were said to be linear, so presumably they are these. Now, one of the things that's useful in examining lighting is setting up, uh, uh, um, turning on the visibility of the light source itself. So in fixtures, you can turn on the visibility of the light source, which tells you where all these lights are emitting light. So we can see that somehow, I don't know where you got these lights or what, where this is a light source, manufacturer agnostic. So we have lighting fixtures way up here. So those are at the very top of the building. So we'll need a level above that because we'll need a ceiling plan for level 2 that looks, whose top is beyond level 3.2. So I'm going to have to add another elevation. If I run out of time, I'll finish this in class. Okay, that's not showing because the crop view has prevented it from showing. So let's just drag the crop view. So this is level, let's call it level 4. There's no need to use this, I think. Okay. I'm going to pause this for a second. Actually, what I may do is I'm going to save this as part 1. In the event, I want to publish this because Meredith asked me about this yesterday. I didn't have time to look at it yesterday, and I'm guessing she requires it today. So let's post this, send a link to the class, and then I'll do part 2 in a separate video. But this will start to give you an idea of how you may troubleshoot the problems with the lights. I'm basically organizing the lighting, identifying the light source, and modifying the ceiling plan so that I can actually make sense of how those are arranged, the spacing criteria, the distribute, the pattern of distribution, and so that you can make sense of what to expect in that environment. And so this will be the end of lesson 1.